Hello there, Razorback fans. I've sat for a couple of hours since the game ended. Not quite 2 hours, but near a couple of hours. Arkansas loses to Mississippi State 7-3 on homecoming, in one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. Folks, it doesn't get any worse than this. I've been a Razorback fan all my life. I've seen it all. And it's time for you guys to hear the truth. The truth is we're at a turning point in the history of Razorback football. We have to decide what do we want this program to be. And I'm talking about not me, I'm just a simple fan out here. Been a fan all my life. But the people in charge, the powers that be, have got to decide what kind of program they want this to be. Do we want to get this fixed? Or do we want to fool ourselves, keep doing the same thing, and keep getting these kind of results? Gotta make an investment in the football program. And I don't think we've done it to the extent that it takes to play at this level. You lost at home to a bad Mississippi State team, a team that hadn't won a conference game, that's not good at all. You lost to them at home. Just like you lost at home to a bad BYU team that's not good. TCU beat BYU last week 44-11. And TCU is basically rebuilding from losing almost their entire team last year. What's going on here at Arkansas, in my opinion, is flat out unacceptable. And I'm hearing people screaming, we gotta find Dan Enos at least. Folks, that's just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. Dan Enos wasn't here last year when you went 7-6 and lost 4 games by a total of 9 points, including losing at home to Liberty, the first time in the history of Liberty that they've beaten an SEC team. Just embarrassing and bad. Here's what I think has to happen, and I'm just going to say it. Number one, having Sam fire Enos and Cody Kennedy at the end of the year, if he'll do it, but having him do that, that's not going to get it. Not in my opinion. The bullseye should be right on Sam Pittman. Folks, my one man's opinion, he has to go. Now, as I said, I'm just a fan giving my opinion. The people in charge have to make this decision. But I've got one question. If today didn't do it for you, what will? What will do it for you if today didn't? I'm looking at my notes on this game, and I've said it in past videos, and I'm going to say it again. This coaching staff, on offense especially, of Sam Pittman and Dan Enos, they give our players no chance to win games. And I've got a question for Sam. If the offensive line that you're running out here week after week after week is the best you got, you messed up recruiting-wise. You messed up. You didn't evaluate properly. Because this is not getting better. Usually, even if guys are bad or not that good, they're just playing games, you'll get better. Well, I take that back. I didn't put it in the right way. But look like if you're saying these guys are good enough to play in this league, why aren't they getting better? Why do it seem like they're getting worse? This is bad, folks. This is really bad. As I look at my notes here, as I said at the beginning of the video, do we want to be for real and compete and win games and compete for SEC championships, or at least SEC decency? Do we want to be at least that? Or do we want to be Vanderbilt? And that's what we are right now. We're the worst team in the SEC. And Vanderbilt is the only chance that we're not. We are really bad. And it's not getting better. That's the sad part about this. It's not getting better. 7-3. You hold a team to 7 points and you lose because your offense didn't score but 3 points, and they scored that off an interception on the second play of the ball game. This is just sad, man. It's really sad. Mississippi State came in here with their backup quarterback. Will Rogers didn't even play. And they beat you on your home field. BYU came in here and beat you on your home field. And BYU got beat 41-11 by an average TCU team this year. 41-11. After BYU beat us this year, they went to Kansas, another team that's not very good. And they lost by double digits. Something is very wrong with this football program, folks. And in my one-man opinion, it doesn't fall on just one guy, but the guy that's the head of the program, Sam Pittman. So it falls squarely, most of the blame falls squarely on him and what he did. Number one, what he did, he went out and hired an offense coordinator that did not fit anything he was doing. Strike number one. Number two, he put one of the worst offensive linemen in the history of Razorback football out on this football field. Strike number two. Strike number three, 6 losses in a row, including 2 losses in a row at home in Fayetteville, and hadn't beat nobody this year but Kent State and Western Carolina. That's strike 3. Got to pull the plug on this on your check. And I'm talking to you, the athletic director. My opinion is you have to pull the trigger. You should be on the phone. Matter of fact, most people are saying wait for till the end of the year to do it. Here's my opinion. My opinion, during this bye week, it's best to just pull the plug on all of this. Pull a plug. Fire Sam, name an interim coach for the rest of the season. Get Enos out of here with him and go from there. Then at the end of the year, make it clear that the Arkansas job is open. So it'll be clear, because we're going to have some losses. We're going to have players that leave. Maybe some are better players. But even with these guys, you're losing, and you're losing, and you're losing, and you're losing. Even with these guys. So as they leave, you go out and you got to get the people that pay the NIL money to get really invested in this program and go out and buy some players. Get some players like Colorado did. In 1 year, they went from 1-win team all the way to a 4-win team with more games to play. That's called progress. This program has gone absolutely backwards. And it's time for Hunter Yurachek to end this nightmare. It's time to end it. Start over. And the theme that I'm hearing from a lot of Arkansas media and folks is, well, if you fire Sam, nobody else wanted the job when it was open before. Nobody wants the job now. Somebody will take the Arkansas job. You can't keep hanging on to a guy that's not good, that's not getting it done, not even close to getting it done, and thinking, well, I can't get rid of him. What happens again next year? If it's the same thing, it's going to be the same situation. Will I be told and others be told, well, nobody else wants the job? You gotta cut it loose. Take your chances, even if it's an up and coming young guy. The dynamics, the entire dynamics of this program has got to change. You're going to lose recruits. You're going to lose players. But do you really want to go back in the next season hoping that somehow you can get 6-6? The bottom line here, the absolute bottom line here is this team is concentrated right now as this team. You'll never win with this team. You'll never win with this team. I don't think it's all players either. Do we have deficiencies in some areas? Yes. A lot of areas, especially the offensive line. The offensive line, I've never seen anything like this. It's just bad. We need to do it right now. Start planning and plan for next year. That's what we need to do. As I sit here today, the thing that gets me more than anything is it's another winnable game. It's another winnable game. I mean, this game was sitting there to be won. Mississippi State tried to give us the game. They sit there and kept us in the game themselves because it really should have been 14-3 if it wasn't for them calling back that long run by the quarterback down the sideline on what they said was an illegal block. It didn't look illegal to me. So I'm just telling you, it's gotten to the point where, in my opinion, Hunter Yurachek doesn't have much of a choice but to pull the plug on Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman has got to go. Dancing around the edges, firing Enos at the end of the year, firing Cody Kennedy and bringing back Sam is a waste of time, in my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but the evidence says that I'm 100% right. This is just sad, folks. This is really, really sad. As I sit here today, excuse me, yes. As I sit here today, it's reached the point of no return with Sam Pittman. I'm sorry. He gets pissed and deletes his Twitter all he wants. He's not getting the job done. I don't agree. Well, I was finna go down the Jake Beckett road, but I'll leave it at that. Because he and I disagree on a lot of things, politically and other things. But I will say this, he ain't lying. He ain't lying about what's got to happen with this football program. Change from top to bottom is needed by Hunter Yurachek has got to make the move in this football program. And the people who invest in the program, the people with the money, which I don't have, I'm just a little old fan sitting in my house enjoying the game. Well, at least watching the game. I can't enjoy them because we're losing every week. 6 losses in a row for Arkansas football. If Frank was here, he'd be pounding the table and somebody would be fired by now. I can tell you that right now. Frank always had a policy that he only hired head coaches. He broke that policy one time with Jack Crow. When Crow messed around and lost to the Citadel, Frank got him out of here the next day. Sam Pittman has got to go. The program is just sad. It's just sad to see it like this. hurts. And I'm sure it hurts the players. I hurt so bad for our players because this coaching staff gives them no chance to win. So I'm going to end this stream now by saying, like I said to begin it, we're at a crossroads. And it's up to Hunter Yurchak to put a stop to this. See you on the next go round.